The small town of Willow Grove was a peaceful place, with friendly neighbors and a close-knit community. Emily, a bright and ambitious young girl, was a familiar face around town. She was walking home from a study group at her friend's house when she felt a sudden chill run down her spine. Looking around, she saw no one and assumed it was just her imagination. But as she turned the corner onto Elm Street, a hand grabbed her from behind, covering her mouth and muffling her screams. Emily struggled to break free from her attacker, but they were too strong. She felt a needle pierce her skin, and a cold liquid flowed into her veins. Her vision became blurry, and she collapsed onto the ground. When she woke up, she was disoriented and frightened. She found herself in a dark room, tied to a chair. The room was cold and damp, and the only light came from a dim bulb overhead. Emily's heart raced as she tried to make out her surroundings. She saw a figure standing in the corner of the room, shrouded in darkness. "Who are you?" she whispered, her voice trembling. "You don't need to know my name," the figure replied in a deep, chilling voice. "All you need to know is that your life is in my hands now." Days turned into weeks, and Emily remained locked up in the dark room. Her captor played twisted mind games with her, threatening to harm her loved ones and making her watch as he tortured other victims. Emily's physical and mental state deteriorated, but she remained determined to survive. One day, Emily managed to free herself from her restraints and escape the room. She stumbled through the dark hallway, searching for a way out. But just as she was about to run out the front door, she heard someone calling her name. It was her boyfriend, who had been searching for her since she went missing. He had tracked her down to the killer's lair. Emily was overjoyed to see him, but her relief was short-lived. The killer had been watching from the shadows and knew that Emily was trying to escape. He attacked them both, but Emily's boyfriend managed to overpower him. As they ran out of the house, they heard the killer's screams of rage and frustration. Emily and her boyfriend were never quite the same after the ordeal. They both suffered from PTSD and nightmares that haunted them for years to come. But they were grateful to have survived and to have each other for support. The killer, who was known as the Willow Grove Strangler, was never caught. He remained at large, preying on innocent victims, waiting for his next opportunity to strike. The residents of Willow Grove lived in fear, knowing that the killer could strike at any moment.